Hello and welcome back. This is Andy S, and this is the Kaspa crypto charts review. I've been waiting all weekend to make this video. It's been fantastic. So let's get straight in. Let's go and do the replay on the TradingView replay on the hourly, just so it's a bit more emotional roller coastery. I do usually do most of my trade on the 4-hour or 12-hour, but it's nice to replay it on the hourly just so you can see how crazy it was. So just to recap, this is where we got in average buy price when we got in. We've been in and out a little bit, but our average buy price is around 44,770, I think it was. Around about here, big yellow splodge. And if you remember rightly, it was coming up to here. I jumped out thinking it was going down again, but it actually broke through, so we ended up getting back up in here. And it went on, went down, and all the emotional roller coasters that happened. Last video I did, which was episode 7, took us up to this little yellow point here. So this is just so you can see. So slight replay at 3 speed, and let's see what happened. I know what happened. You may know what happened, but let's watch it. So this was where we left us in the last video, and we were just watching this price action squeeze in between these two. I keep pointing at the screen, I have to stop doing that. The resistance and the support levels. We just thought we were going to keep playing along here, and then eventually we were looking for a big break to the upside. I thought we'd have a little bit more squeezing along. We got up to here, reacted, but then went straight through. Look at that. Oh my days. Now here, let me pause. This bit here where the yellow marks are, it hit this 6 cents and started pulling back. I thought, I tell you what, I'm going to be clever here. I'm going to jump out. It's going to come back down to here. I might jump back in again if it does, and then hopefully it'll carry on going up. So this was like that was 11 o'clock, midnight. I remember being up till 3 in the morning doing messing about with this. Yeah. So about maybe like midnight I jumped out, and I thought, it came down here, I thought, yeah, I am so clever, I'm going to get another 100,000 tokens for doing this. But then it stopped, stalled. So I sat there playing Call of Duty. I'll have a few more games. 3 in the morning, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to have to get back in, I can't stay up all night. Got stuff to do the next day. So I bought back in. It only ended up costing me like $600 loss. It was like hardly anything. And then woke up in the morning, had a look at it. I was like, oh, thank God, right decision. And it came down. Oh, it went down again. And this is where we are now. So it is absolutely broke out. Let's put it on the 4-hour. I mean, look at that, beautiful. And look at the growth we've had already. So even with all this messing around, because I did get in below around 0.37, I got in around here, and then I got out, and it went back against me, and I ended up coming back in here. So my average buy price after all the messing about in the past is around here, around 44,700. So 44,700 up to where we are now. So it peaked at 53% up, and now it's 44%. Very nice, very happy with that. So the question is now, where's it going to go? I mean, we've broke out now, so let's look at the 12-hour. We've broke out of this channel. Oh, I'll tell you what, we're on the log chart. Let's get off the log chart. So this is where we were. Imagine getting in around here. Imagine being this guy. Remember, again, this is not financial advice and all that jazz. Ooh, 430%. Nice. Anyway, so this is where we are at the moment. I tell you what, let's just go back a step. So I was watching the log chart originally, and up it came. And I was in probably around here and made a little bit of profit, but then it broke support, so I got out. You have to go back and watch the videos from number 1, I can't actually remember. But I got out, and then it broke support on the log chart. So that's a big thing. There's a major support it broken. I was like, now I have to be very careful. Do I stay in, or I should have got straight out, but I didn't. But I stayed in because on the linear chart, it hadn't broke support. It was down here. In fact, let's double check it so we're not just making things up. So let's be a bit more technical, shall we? So on the log, on the 9th of October, it broke support, 9th of October, and then on linear, 9th of October, it just hit support. So this is why we stayed in. Then we saw the reaction, and we started buy back in here, buy, and then got an average buy-in of around here. So this is where we are now. So the question is, where could it go now? Because on the linear chart, we were in this, and it broke to the upside now. So we had this this channel and that top channel. So this was an amazing time to break through, and it did. So now we're in price discovery now, all-time high, rocket explosion, parties, those little things that roll out when you blow them, all that good stuff. So where could it go is the question. So let's look on the log chart. So on the log chart, we are still in this. If you look at the red or pinky lines, we're actually back in the channel on the log now. And if anything, if you zoom right into it, this is on the 12 hour, let's look on the 4. Look at that. So we're back using the logarithmic chart, which is good for exponential growth. And we've come back in on this pink channel, we broke back into the channel and actually came down to test it. So this could come back down here again and then springboard off. And where could it go from there? Remember, this is not financial advice. It could go down to 0. Or it could do, let's just put this one in pink as well. So we know the pink lines are for the log, white lines are linear. And then we can still get an idea. So if we extend these two resistance lines on, and we've got this support that we've already got, move that up a bit, keeping these lined up at the bottom, here and here. We just broke back in, not the movie, and let's go from here back in the channel. This is crazy. It's literally off the chart. Got to zoom out. Let's get on to the 12 hour. It's mad, this, really, when you think about it, where it could go from here. It's kind of scary and amazing. So let's look at this angle. Let's do this. Let's do a highly untechnical analysis. So from here, we've got this price action. This is like the worst technical analysis. Well, it's not, is it? It's just messing around. So move that over there. This, I know this is ridiculous, but just to give you the idea. So if we had the same growth as we did here and here, 1, 2, if this is now 3, and that would obviously have to extend up because it's getting larger each time because it's a megaphone pattern, then that would take us, it's ridiculous, isn't it? Redonkulous. Let's have a look. That'd take us from here up to, well, it's around about $1. $1 from 6 cents it is now. Bearing in mind we got in slightly lower, not showing off, just saying. But to 6 cents, 1,430%, or 14 times what it's on now. It's crazy. So let's just sense check it with the old calculator. So you got it, you sell out at $1, divide by 0.0 6, 5, 9, 5, 2, 15x. That should blast up on the screen, ideally in gold with like those streamers things that happen at New Year's Eve. 15x from here. That is madness. This is not technical advice. This is just what I am doing. Do not copy me. You will lose all your money. Equally, it could just go on some horrible news. But at the moment, the market in general seems quite positive. So this is where we are at the moment. So on the positive side, it should blast up now for the next few weeks or so. And on the negative side, what would you have to do to scare us to death? Probably give all this back and get back in within range here, I'd say. If we're back in range, get off the log. If we go back in range here, so let's say it, I mean, it could well still come down to test this and then go on up for the next leg. But if it came back in, for me, this is just what I'm doing, not advice. If it came down and then came back in this range, then I'd probably try and exit here. Still got some good profits, but and just see if it comes back down here again and goes sideways a bit, or then starts going up. But you don't know what's going on. Something big happens in crypto, some news-driven event. It could go down quite fast, as we've seen. Doesn't take much. Still loads of shady characters in the space, so gotta be careful. But at the moment, looking at the log chart, the beautiful, beautiful log chart, that is just beautiful. So that's where we are with those. And I wanted to show you two other ones that I invested in over the weekend, was it maybe? So I put a little small bag together, a little small pot. I was searching through some other ones to get in on. When was this? Friday? Yeah, Friday. So on Friday I put in a little pot to try and grow. I think it's £2,000 it was, so about $2,600. And it's going to be that little trading bag. So I'll try and keep this updated, and well, we'll definitely keep it updated because it's got money on the line. So we'll keep an eye on this and we'll see how they are doing. And I'm going to try and put my money where my mouth is and grow that 4x it, so $2,500 roughly to $10,000 is the aim, and then we'll stick that 10 grand in Kaspa or something. So this was the Galagames. So as you can see, we're on the log still. Yeah, I was wondering why the trend lines weren't working. So we've got this nice compression on Gala. It's came up, it's broke out, which is, it's faked out, and it came back down, so we've got this new trend line, and it came down and it's hit this new support. So you've got this one and this one, so it's like kind of textbook breakout, come back and blast off, which is really nice. So let's see how that one's done so far. This was put on Friday. So we've got 15% already. So, and what I'm aiming for this one will either be, looking at these levels here, so this is quite a strong level. This might be more realistic. Around about here. About 52%. And then it could come down again, and then it could, and then all we're going to do with this actually, because it could react here, I'm just going to monitor this support, just going to extend it out a bit like that. I'm just going to watch it, we're just going to let it do its thing all the way up here until it breaks down, and as soon as it breaks down I'm going to get out, whether that's at 50%, 60, 70%, or whether it's here, wherever it'll be, breakout. So break out and we'll get out. And then let's have a look on DNX. This was just a lovely base support, bomb, all the way up, came back down to here on Friday. So I put in half in this one and half in DNX, and this one at the moment I just got in, it came right down, got in slightly higher, so we've got at the moment 13-14%, which is good. And then with this one again, we'll do the same thing, but this is, hopefully this will go back up to this area, which is so this level 50%, this level 66%, so not as much as the one. It could come up here, we could probably get out here, see if it comes down again. If it touches this again, we'll get back in again, and same rule again. If it comes back here, we'll get out, but that's not going to make us much money. So what we'll do is we'll start putting another support line on this one once it starts forming a bit more and it's a bit more obvious. So we'll stick one on here, something like that, and we'll just keep an eye on it, and we'll let it keep going up, and as soon as it breaks, we'll get out. It might break and go back up again, which is fine. We've made our money, look at some other coins, and away we go. So one thing I'm going to do as well, so I'll put a little thing on how we're doing. I'll put a little something up on the screen somewhere, like a little chart, like money invested, percentage gain at like floating profits, and then crystallized, like realized profits as well. So also what I'm thinking is as well, because this has been so nice, this Kaspa trade has been so good to us. This has got a bit of a, this is, if you look here, it's a bit slightly angled, but let me look on the log. So it's got this almost flat top compression going on. So if this compression has been good to us on this one, like potentially could be amazingly good, like 6 cents to $1 good, which is literally life-changing, to be honest, if that happens. But and the only thing that's making me think I'm not going completely mad is I've actually been in a trade in 2017 with Engine Coin, ENJ, got in at 13 cents, went to $3.50, so I was 3,500%, put $100 in. Now if this pot, which is bigger than $100, does the same, crazy, I'll be treating myself to a Bentley. Not financial advice, obviously. There's a very good chance I could lose it. If I did lose it, because I've got businesses still, and I've still got money coming in. If I did lose it, it would probably set me back a year or two to get that money back again. But for me, that's okay. I'd be gutted, like, don't get me wrong, but so I've got to be careful and just monitor it and get excited. It was an amazing weekend. I just, like, as soon as it broke out, I was like, oh my god, it's amazing! Oh my god, it's amazing! Oh my god, next day, oh my god, like, unbelievable. Like, this is what it's like on 2017. Every day it was like 10-15%. I was like, oh my god. Anyway, calm down. Not financial advice. Not trying to suggest you buy it. It has broke out. If I wasn't in the market, I have to be careful how I word this, but if I wasn't in the market at the moment, I would probably look, if this came retested back down here again, or if I wanted to add to this position, if it came back down here, this would probably be a good place for me to buy. That's where I would potentially get back in, and if it broke support, I'd get out again as soon as it broke underneath there. So if it got to around this 6 cents, would be a place for me to get in, and if it broke down to like 58, I'd get out again, and I'd just see if it came down a bit lower, maybe try this level. I could then start maybe entering in stages, so get in here, here, back onto there, here. If it breaks back in here, then get out again, and then do the same thing, back down here, get in. If it breaks that support, get out again. I mean, you're going to lose a little bit on each one, but eventually you'll hit one that'll stick. You'll get in here, say, worst case scenario, get in here, and then you'll start going again, and you'll profit, and you'll recoup all the little tiny losses on the way trying to get in. You'll recoup them back from here, and you'll be in profit again. And then around here, you're like, oh, should I get out or should I stay in? I got out, panicked, got back in again, and luckily I got in when it went up. Anyway, fantastic weekend, fantastic trade at the moment. So we're looking for this to keep pushing up. Next target around 7 cents, 60%. Whoa. Anyway, I'm waffling. It's been 20 minutes. So keep an eye on the Gala trade, the DNX trade, and the Kaspa, and I'll put a little running target. Also, we are up to 148 subscribers. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers. So please, if you've not already, subscribe and like the video, and stick the bell notification on so you know when more are coming. And I'll put a little thing up for like a little target, like when they have when they're trying to fix the church roof, like how close we are to getting 500 subscribers. 500 is the first kind of step, first target for me. Well, 100 was the first one, we've done that. Next one is 500. So please help a brother out and subscribe, and I'll keep doing them. And in the meantime, I'm going to go off now and try and find some more tokens that have got the same triangular wedge pattern, this bullish wedge, flat top, the flatter the better, with a, like, I tell you what looked good. See, I can't help myself. I tell you what looked good. Doge that we were looking at the other day. I should just go through these, don't I? But it's going to take forever, all these. Anyway, let's do the go through the charts. Sod it. ADA's at the top of the channel, has stuck its little leg out of bed there. Let's get on the 12 hour so we can see them a bit zoomed out a bit. So ADA has got this compression, it's just stuck its leg out of bed. So we need to monitor this now. Is it going to come back down? We were looking at it here last night on Friday, whatever Friday was. Around here, that could come back down and squeeze and pop out at some point. It could pop out now. Let's put one of these on. So if it does, I look amazing. So it could pop out here, it could go back down, pop out. It could pop out somewhere, basically. The old leg out of bed. Right, let's look at Atom. Oh, look at this one as well. So this is a flat bottom compression we were looking at. I was hoping to get in down here. These ones I was looking at on Friday to pick one to get in with that 2.5 gram pot. So this was a nice rising market. Pullback compression, nice tight squeeze, popped out to the upside. Bitcoin's actually doing a rising compression in a rising market, which isn't very good. That usually drops down, could drop down back down here. DNX, we are in. Dot, we're at the top of the channel. Doge, I had one. There we go. Yeah. So Doge had a nice compression, but it's symmetrical, a little bit symmetrical. So you really want it. So you really want more of a downward. So that one is going down. I mean, you could argue it was that as well. Could be more of a bull. That's more of a bull flag, or a triangular. But this is quite symmetrical because through the middle there makes it quite symmetrical. If it was going down more aggressively and it was more of that kind of angle, then that'd be more optimistic for it going up. And also, this is great. It got a compression for a breakout to the upside, but it could be a breakout for the downside as well. So you have to just monitor both sides. And yes, it has gone out, but how far is it going to go before it hits more resistance, which is here? So great to see it, but it's not going to go that far. So unless it breaks out there. Here's Engine, my beloved Engine, the little engine that could. Still on drawing. Bink. So we're going to watch this to try and maybe come down, and at some point it'll break out, and that'd be a good place to get in. We've only got one pot of cash though, so we have to be a bit careful. Unless you stick a load more in, which is very tempting, but then you've got exposure risk, haven't you, if the whole thing goes down. You're more than 2 years damage then. Moving on, Galagames, GMX, top of the channel. This is creating a bit of a squeeze. I was looking at this to see whether it's causing a head and shoulders on the 4 hour. Thinking this could potentially be another shoulder as it was consolidating, but that scooped off, so no head and shoulders. So good to keep your eye on it, but it was not the case. So that one broke out again. You can see this nice triangular compression and breakout, which is great to see. Like, it's so positive. Like Link, we were hoping for a pullback to here, it didn't come. But when you see this kind of upside consolidation, then you create this little bull flag. they call it, or a pennant, so if it's more triangular or a whatever. So that's broke out, and it's, you know, almost, if you put them a little bit lower, maybe they were more like, you don't know till it's happened here, but maybe that the top level of resistance was more like that, and these are just fake outs. And then what's happened here? It's broke out, came back to test, Shabooty, away it goes. It's amazing, isn't it? So that's not likely to happen now, so get rid of that. That's not likely to happen, get rid of that. So now we're looking at, on this one, if we were in it, if you were in the trade, right, you're thinking, right, where can it go to? Well, it's hitting this level of support, which is resistance, which had been before, so it's hit it a few times. It's quite strong, so it could come down a bit more from that. Test again, and then after that, we're looking at this kind of price, $15 or it's 17. So maybe I'm going to put it on there anyway, just on the off chance. Somewhere around here, maybe. Who knows? No one. That's why you have to just keep monitoring everything and wait and be responsive to what's going on, rather than pretending that you know where it's going. So this is the same. We'll see this squeeze down a bit, hopefully come out. So there's still a few coins there that are quite early. Oh, Neo. I've actually got 87 Neo somewhere. I couldn't find them. I was looking for them at weekend. Couldn't find the wallets that they're on, which was annoying. So I have to keep looking for that. So just keeps coming up. I was watching Crypto Bubbles, and it was like Neo 23%, Neo 15%. I was like, oh my god, where are we Neo? Don't know where they are. And also I've been collecting gas on it as well, or I should have been since 2017. I got in on those. So I watched that go up to $3.5 grand and then crash down to $500, like, because they're always on this wallet I couldn't find, but they're there somewhere. So this is broke out. So this is broke out. So keep an eye on that one. Someone just tried coming in. It's messing up my video recording. Render. Just watching that crawl up. RSR. Nothing too exciting. Sand again. It's compressed and broke out. Solana. We were looking at this. Bit of squiggling on the 4 hour. So we've had the compression there happening, moved a little bit like that. So coming down and wait for that to break out. And then back to Kaspa. That's it, fantastic. I need to get a lock for my door. Someone just tried to come in, ruin my flow. And the last one on the list that I need to have a look at is Naka, but I'm going to do a Nakamoto Games. I'm going to do a separate one on that. Someone in the comments asked to review, I think it was Wadnip Dgen, wanted to review Nakamoto Games. Maybe I should have reviewed it a bit earlier. Not to worry, but I'll have a look anyway. I did have a quick look over the weekend, but I was obviously too excited watching Kaspa every 5 minutes while eating my Sunday dinner. So that is the life. It's worth it, isn't it? Right, fantastic. Well, thanks for watching. Please, again, I've already finished this video about 5 times, but this will be the last time. Please like and subscribe, and I'll put that subscription target up there. Please help if you can share or whatever, repost it, whatever you do. Just get the good name out there, really. And if you've got any questions or comments, or want any information on anything, or got any questions on how to do certain things, just give it a shout. I'll put a video on. I love it. Lovely. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Just under 30 minutes, not too shabby. Thank you. See you again.